All right, welcome back to another Powerhouse Leaders podcast. I'm Stefana Johnson, and today we're talking about listening and the subtle art of listening. One of the things that leaders must have as a skill and really hone this skill is the ability to listen. And listening is one of those things that we're really not taught at generally. I think that there's a really false idea around how to listen, and most people are really listening in a wait mode so that they can then talk. And that's not listening. That's actually, it's actually preparing or being in that state where you're not hearing or understanding what's actually being said in order to operate off of that. So from a leader's perspective, from a business owner perspective, you have to really differentiate this skill of listening and communicating and make this subtle distinction that when you are listening, you're doing it from a place of being able to observe without judging. So you've taken off this idea of, okay, what is it that I'm going to say next? Ideally, a leader is listening to people who have something important to say, but a lot of times they're not going to be in that position. I've been working with a group of leaders, a management team, and a lot of what I'm seeing as the core issue is that there isn't listening going on, even though someone's sitting there saying they're listening. Instead, what's happening is there's a lot of complaining going on. So let's differentiate between what complaining is, and so how a leader can listen for and differentiate between complaining. Complaining is not, it tells you something. So you want to listen at a deeper level to what's being communicated. And that skill can be developed through the stepping back from taking anything personally and observing what's really going on in the person who's speaking or stating what they're saying. This also reminds me of how the squeaky wheel gets the oil. And a lot of times the people that speak loudest in our community, in our society, in politics, in our companies, in our homes, they're the ones that get fixed first or get addressed first, but they're not necessarily the ones who should be. And so as a leader, you really have to take the step back and be the observer and listen, not to react, but listen to get the information that you need. And here's what's really unique and interesting is that you don't have to listen to the words always. You can listen to the underlying tone or emotion or really the deeper need. And when you do that, you can discover so much more. I'm in a lucky position as a coach that when I go into a company, I shadow the execs first. And in doing so, I'm almost like the fly on the wall. I'm exterior to what's going on and just observing both scenarios and what's going on. And I can see when there's someone in the company who's actually using their communication to manipulate or to create rifts. And if the leader is used to listening to that and reacting, they've already got this defense mechanism and they become reactive to those complaints. And this is super important for business owners to think about, because when you listen to all of the complaints and the fault finding and those issues that are brought to the forefront by people that are willing to speak loud, they aren't always the truth. And so when we can pull that down even deeper, and this is a really important responsibility for leaders to really step into your power as a leader, you want to differentiate this and be able to identify when someone has something else going on besides what they're communicating, besides the words they're communicating. And that brings us to the skill of listening from this place of observing So that means you're going to have to look too. So when someone is saying, I've been working this hard and I should get a raise and how come I'm not getting this and how come she's getting this or he's, what you want to do is pull this down and start, acknowledge, okay, I hear you, I heard what, and then go and look at the facts, look at the statistics, look at what's really going on. I can't tell you how many times people forget to do this. They hear someone complaining and this needs to be done and he's doing this and this shouldn't be done and it sometimes isn't true. It's not factual. So you have to go and look. So what would be really important and almost senior to listening is to be able to differentiate and to look at the truth. Listen to what's being said and look at the truth. It's a really important skill that I want to work on for some of my clients, and I think that this will really help you. So if you've gotten some insight from that, make sure you like and subscribe to this video. Let me know if there's something else going on that you want help with that I can bring to these videos, and we'll continue working on this. Powerhouse leaders have impeccable listening skills, but they know that listening is not just with the ears. It's done at a deeper level. Powerhouse leaders lead with courage. They lead from the heart. So they're listening with their third ear, the heart, and they understand the deeper meaning of what's being said. And then they can act and create solutions that are positive and that work in benefit for the whole organization, for the whole company, the whole community, the whole country, whatever it is they're leading. Even if it's a family, but they're looking at the whole and weighing what the whole, everything is, not just listening to one person speaking loudly, listening to the whole perspective and then looking at the actual statistics, the actual facts, and observing from there and then making a creative decision consciously based on that rather than reacting to those squeaky wheels. So those are the skills for today. We're going to talk more about these in the next coming episodes that I've got planned for you. But definitely like and comment below. Let me know if this resonates. And I will see you next week in our Powerhouse Leaders podcast. All right. Go make it an amazing day.